All right, so this is going to be part 2 of rules for Pax Pamini. My phone cut me off on my last video, so we actually don't have that much to go through. I'm just going to go through resetting for dominance checks and then how to change loyalties. And I only have about 4 minutes of time remaining on my phone before it gets full, so we're going to do this quickly. After a successful dominance check, both players discard all cards that have a block on them, one or more blocks. So these cards would get discarded. That one would get to stay. If it's an unsuccessful check, nobody discards anything as a result of the check. You just proceed to setting up for the next round. So either way, setting up for the next round, you shuffle the discard pile, rotate it to the new round. That's the new deck, and then you deal out the market. Right away, you check what everyone has in terms of rupees. So you don't care about the cards that are out. You don't care about cards that are in hand. You just check and make sure that there is at least 8 rupees in circulation, meaning I have 4 rupees. If my opponent had 4, 5, or 6 rupees, we'd be good to go. Otherwise, you make up the difference by putting rupees in the market, starting with the right-hand cards. So let's say I had 4 rupees, my opponent had 2. We need 2 more to get to 8, and so the 2 right-hand cards would be tilted once in order to put 1 rupee on each of those to get us to 8 rupees so that that money will come back into circulation. Changing loyalties. You change loyalties if you play a patriot that is not of your current faction. So if I played this card, I'm Russian per my loyalty dial, and so that would change me to Afghan. But no matter what, you have to discard patriots and prizes of your old loyalty, so that would go away. This guy would slide down. And depending on whether you were currently the same faction as your opponent or not, you're going to follow a different procedure. So if we were Russian and our opponent was Afghan, so we were currently not the same faction, that means we would go through this process. We would first discard cards that are not the same loyalty in terms of patriots and prizes, but also for neutral cards, so cards that are not patriots, cards with neutral blocks on them, you by default have to discard cards that have neutral blocks. You can pay to keep them by paying rupees equal to that card's rank. So I could pay 2 rupees to save that card, 2 rupees to save that card. For any card that I don't pay for, that gets discarded. The payment goes to the ether and it disappears into the ether, but don't worry, at the beginning of the next round we'll reset and we'll get that money back into circulation. All right. If you change loyalties and you were currently the same loyalty, so we were both Afghan, it's a little more intricate. There's like a bidding system. So you discard the prizes and cards that were of your old loyalty. Then for each card with neutral blocks, you carry out this process and you choose the order. So let's say I would say start with this card. The other player, your opponent, gets to do one of 3 things. They can, 1, pay rupees equal to the card's rank to discard it from my court. So my opponent gets first crack at it. They could pay 2 rupees to discard it. Or 2, they could pay rupees equal to twice the card's rank to put it into their hand. Or 3, they can pass. And if they pass, then you yourself get to go. And I can choose to pay rupees equal to the card's rank to keep it in my court. If not, then it's discarded. And you do that for every single card that has neutral blocks in your court. The reason being, you're taking those blocks with you, and it's important to respect the loyalties. So, okay, now that you know that, I think you should be good to go. I hope you guys enjoy the game.